Back here at the Macon Coliseum, we've got the region's starting lineups for both of these squads in the Class A championships. For the West, Jan Azar, their starting lineups are going to be Katie Firking, the junior, wears number 3. Brittany Stevens, another junior, number 5. Jordan Frazier, the senior guard. You've got Taylor Blackman, the junior guard, wearing number 23. And Holly Wilkins, who we just highlighted, wearing number 32. She's a 6-foot-tall senior. And for soccer, you've got Brandy Wilkie, number 5. You've got Amy Griffin, number 21, the sophomore forward. Amber Baker is a senior guard. You've got Shavonte Naylor, a forward, headed to South Florida, number 23. And number 25, Amber Brown, the junior forward. She's the tallest member of the squad, 5'10". Your officials tonight, Andre Stevenson, Jody Cantwell, and Sandra Jones are going to officiate the afternoon for us. Fletcher Proctor, Bob Houghton. We've got our statistician here, Kevin Barnes. So we are ready to get this thing underway. Bob, your opening thoughts right before the opening tip.
Both teams have been in the Macon Coliseum a lot of times, 6 of the last 7 years for Saka. 5 times, 8 times, 9 out of 10 for Wesleyan. But I'm very interested in the first 5 minutes because both of these teams play pressure defense, and let's see how the teams handle that.
And they pick it up immediately on nearly forcing a 10-second call on the opening tip. Wesleyan in the road Darks going up against Saka, who actually is the home squad here by virtue of that region championship. Dribbling is Brandy Wilkie, the senior, number 5. Trying to cross up, looking for a little action on the inside. Traveling is going to be the call going against Shavonte Naylor, the senior small forward. Turnover, and it's Wesleyan's ball.
Now, they like to pick up their pressure at half court. They're actually extending it to three-quarters court here. Let's see how Wesleyan tries to break it.
They do manage to get it over the stripe. Thought about a 3 before she pulled it out, and instead it's going to be Brittany Stevens looking to swing it around the perimeter. They get it up top. Here comes Stevens going hard. The basket with the left hand, no good. Rebound, Saka. Quickly up the floor. Losing out of bounds, falling into the Wesleyan benches. 22, Amber Baker, Wesleyan ball back.
The quickest way to break a press is to not get it, allow it to set up. That's what they were trying to do with that transition, but they just got a little ahead of themselves.
2 possessions for Southwest Atlanta Christian, 2 turnovers, and they get it inside quickly with the left hand. They tried, that was Firkin. Unsuccessful, bringing it back down are the Lady Warriors. They're trying to trap over there right in front of the sidelines. Another traveling call, 3 possessions now. 3 turnovers, so this Wesleyan pressure has just been suffocating so far. Here's a replay, Bob, with a good defense. Break it down for us.
Well, Jackie Cowan wants to make the press an ally if she can. Both coaches said that to us when we talked to him before the game. When I asked him about the pressure defense, they said you can score off the pressure defense, but you can't have those turnovers. 3 times down, 3 turnovers. Obviously, they got to handle the ball better than that.
Amy Griffin picks up the foul, the sophomore power forward for Saka. As falling to the ground was Brittany Stevens. She is up A-OK, though, and she actually just passed it off. Trying to go inside. They dish it out to the perimeter, now breaking it down and putting it inside. That's Holly Wilkins up with the hand. No good, though. And quickly up the floor is Saka.
Looking for a guard.
And taken away again. That's Firkin getting up to Holly Wilkins. Spinning all the way around and just out of the reach. They were trying to get it down quickly to Blackman.
Fletcher, we've talked about how many times both of these schools have been here, but it doesn't matter. It's the state championship, and you're nervous. They're 17, 18-year-old girls. Some are 16 years old, and it's showing in nerves right now. Didn't expect to see them.
Scoreless so far. We've got 6:17 to play in the opening quarter. Here in Macon, the Class A championship, held ball is called, and that is going to favor the Wesleyan Wolves. So Jan Azar has a very talented squad. She's called this her most talented that she's ever had. That's high praise considering the fact that she has 8 titles since 2002, Bob.
Her 15th year at Wesleyan, 380 wins, 81 losses.
That is impressive. Birking dishes to the outside. That's Blackman. She thought about it, goes baseline, puts one up, no good from about 11 feet. Instead, they're going to swing it around. That's on the outside. In and out. Can't drop for Jordan Frazier. Foul's going to be called on the floor, I believe.
We played 2 minutes and 8 seconds. Haven't had a ball go through the hoop. I don't think that Saka's had a shot yet, so they both have to settle down. I said we'd worry about the first 5 minutes. It's going to take a little bit longer than that to get into a rhythm of this game.
Lots of zone being thrown out there right now by Saka. Perkins going to fire from NBA range. No good. Tipped around, and Saka's coming down with the rebound. That's
1 shot done.
Nearly stolen away. In fact, it is stolen away. That's another turnover out of bounds to Wesleyan. So that's 5 turnovers in 5 possessions.
And she's The coach has seen enough. Jackie Cowan is going to take a timeout here.
We're going to take a timeout quickly and discuss. What is she going to tell her team right now, just to settle it down? It's hard to settle down, though. We're going up against the Wesleyan Wolves and their constant pressure.
I think it's more the building. And let's talk about playing a game at 11 o'clock. It's just not fun. I remember in high school, we played a game at 10 or 11 o'clock. We got beat by a team that we probably would have beaten by 30 later in the year. It is not easy to get your girls ready, your boys, your high school kids ready to play. Wesleyan 0 for 6. Saka only got 1 shot so far. But what do you think about starting a game at 11 o'clock, even if you've been here as many times as Wesleyan has?
I mean, it's difficult for anybody, but once you get out on that court, once the juices get flowing, I think it could be 12 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. It doesn't really matter. These girls out here, obviously the 2 best teams in the state, they've made it all the way through. Jackie Cowan telling her team, let's set up a different kind of press, and we've seen, she talked earlier, it's a 21 press, it's all sorts of different things, and it leads to a turnover right there.
We got a chance to look at Jackie Cowan. She very proudly said she went to Vanderbilt and was part of that program when they turned it around. They've been a Southeast Conference power for 25 years, and she was on the starting team that made that happen, now in her 6th year at soccer.
They lob it in right to the inside, blocked away by Firking. Katie Firking, the junior guard, just slaps that shot attempt away from Amy Griffin out of bounds, but it's going to stay with the Lady Warriors. Here's the replay of this block. Take a look at how high she gets up here, Bob.
And
that's all ball.
And Amy, I think, took a little more time. I think as a sophomore, she was thinking she had the basket made, and she didn't really protect with her body, and Firking just knocked it away.
Firking has the younger sister, and that's a very famous family there.
They have a brother who hit the winning shot to get Wesleyan a state championship a few years back, and then he was the starting quarterback. And I think there's 6 of them altogether coming to Wesleyan. So at least 3 of them that we know about already. I think there's 3 more coming. Full court pressure by Saka as we turn the ball over again.
Still scoreless, 5.5 to play here in the opening quarter. They tried to get the ball inside to Holly Wilkins cutting, and just running out of bounds a little past her reach was Brittany Stevens trying to corral the loose ball. So it's going to be another turnover.
These 2 coaches are just absolutely shaking it. And they were both so confident before this game that their teams were going to play well, and neither one of them are handling the pressure right now very well.
3 turnovers for Wesleyan, 6 for Saka. They're going to put it up off the glass with the left hand, no good. Grabbing the rebound is Wesleyan, Holly Wilkins, and they immediately go into a trap even off of a miss by.
They want to press whenever they can. They're pressing a little deeper than they did against Charlton the other night. The other night it was at half court. Now it's at 3/4 court. Now Wesleyan gets to set up and run their offense.
Brittany Stevens, that ball's deflected, nearly turned over, and instead of foul is going to go against number 10, Marquita Daniels, the sophomore, who was checked in for Jackie Cowan's Lady Warriors. We mentioned it earlier on. They won that 2006 state championship. Of course, that's when Wesleyan was competing in Class 2A, I believe. Wesleyan getting that Class 2A title in 08, and then they've won the last 3 in Class 0.
Working with beautiful form there, Fletcher, and they finally get some points on the board. Took 3.5 minutes.
3 points for Katie Firkin. She fires and connects, and like you said, with 4:40 to play, we finally have cracked the score.
Well, Wesleyan will be going back up to Class 2 next year. We'll have plenty of time to talk about that during the broadcast. Coach Azar and myself both agree with that. That's where they should be playing. It's going to be a very interesting region they're in. But let's worry about the state championship this year right now.
2 points up and good for Shavante Naylor. She's got the first points for the Lady Warriors. And now we're starting to get things going. Oh, they gave her a 3 right there. So she was actually behind the line. 2 points up and good on the other side by Brittany Stevens. Now the scoring is coming fast and furious.
Full court pressure by Wesleyan.
4 minutes to play. They get it over across the timeline, nearly a turnover. There, in fact, they do turn it over. Coming up the floor quickly. Off the glass is going to be Frazier, no good. Burton grabs the rebound.
Ooh, great block.
That was an attempt by Belcher. That was blocked away, and here comes Sack on the other end. That's going to be off the glass and no good. They grab the rebound, though, and try again. Set up for 3. That's Can. We are tied up now 5-5 with 3:30 to play here in the opening quarter.
Isn't it interesting how the lid comes off the basket? Now both teams are moving and scoring quickly after no action in the first 4 minutes.
That's Firking. She's going to put it up and good, and it's now a 9-5 game. So Lauren Firking has 5 points on the afternoon.
Break the pass by throwing it over the press this time.
Foul's going to be called on the inside, and they will go to the line for 2 shots. Going to the line will be Shavonte Naylor, the senior forward.
That was Jordan Frazier, one of 4 Wesleyan seniors who are going to play college basketball next year. She'll be matriculating at Wofford.
Foul's going to go against number 12, Jordan Frazier. We'll take a break with them. It's 9-5 Wesleyan. The scoring didn't start very quickly, but it's going quickly now. That shot right there, Brittany Stevens, 2 points. Wesleyan on top early.
Basketball. You is what we do best.
Nine to 5 here, the opening quarter, 3:07 to play in the first. Take a trip around our great state of Georgia on Georgia Traveler. From the mountains to the coast, our traveling team explores the state's most beautiful, exciting, and unique treasures. Don't miss Georgia Traveler on the great GPB. Boy, I tell you what, that David Zielinski is one fantastic guy to watch, Bob. He's been hosting this show for what seems like years now. You ever check out old David on Georgia Traveler?
Georgia Traveler is an institution at Georgia Public Broadcasting. What a great job they do on so many things. Taya Ryan has done a super job of doing a lot of different things at Georgia Public Broadcasting. She's been there, not the least of which is all the high school sports, and what an honor it is to be participating in high school sports with Georgia Public Broadcasting once again. Not many states put on 10 games live and bring it to the whole state the way Georgia Public Broadcasting does.
Wesleyan in the midst of a 9-3 run, and going to the line for 2 will be Shavonte Naylor.
And Alexis Carter has come in the game. That's the lady we spotlighted. She worked hard on that recovery from the ACL, and she got healthy just in time for the playoffs. Scored 12 points the other night as she rounds into shape. She is 6'1", a junior, and she will bring some size. And speaking of size, look who's in for Wesleyan now. Caitlin Closwell, who's going to the University of Georgia and doesn't even start, and she's got a full ride at an SEC school.
Second free throw is up and no good, and Caldwell grabs the rebound. 9-5, your score early on. Wesleyan on top with about 3 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Flipping it around the perimeter, here's a long bomb from the outside, no good. That was an attempt by Jocelyn Belcher. Wesleyan, by the way, is now 1 of 4 from 3-point range, 4 of 12 overall. Saka is 2 of 6 from the field, 1 from 3 from downtown. Blocking foul is going to go against Wesleyan. I think they're going to tag number 21 Belcher, the sophomore, on that one. On the floor, though, so no free throw shots. It's going to go on the end line.
Sackett comes with 9 players on their entire team, 7 or 8 that are going to play. Wesleyan has 15 players and can go 9-10 deep. That could be an advantage if this game stays close.
Checking into the game is Wayne Jackson. She's now dribbling at the top of the key. Traveling is going to be the call, going against Jackson, and it's going to be a turnover. Wesleyan Wolf ball.
Now, the last time down, Saka took off the pressure and played man-to-man. Now they're standing at half court. Not sure if it's a man-to-man or a zone, but pressuring at half court this time. Stevens trying to cross the line. Goes away.
Coming up with it is 23 Shavonte Naylor. Naylor putting it off the glass. Offensive foul is going to be the call going against Naylor. Turning it over and drawing that charge was Brittany Stevens, who has 4 points. That's the second foul, by the way, for Naylor.
One of the things that Wesleyan does want to try to do off the press, here's the try.
Take a look right there, and Brittany Stevens does a great job of setting up. She gets run over, but for her efforts, she gets picked up, and it's Wesleyan ball.
That's almost a foot advantage as Stevens is only 5'4".
Caldwell with the left hand, no good, and grabbing the rebound is the aforementioned Alexis Carter, who just came back for the start of these playoffs after a knee injury. You see number 15 with that knee brace on her left knee. Well, traveling is going to be the call going against Saka, and that, I believe, is their 9th turnover in this opening quarter. 2 minutes to play, 9-5, your score. Wesleyan seeking that 5th straight overall title.
It's hard to get any rhythm when you're just not getting many shots because of all those turnovers, but they will settle down.
Here's a 3-point attempt for Belcher. That shot's no good, but Caldwell grabs the rebound, puts it off the glass, no good. And getting the rebound is 25. Amber Brown. Foul's going to go against Wesleyan.
Before Coswell came in the game, I don't think Wesleyan had one second chance shot. They bring in the 6'4" University of Georgia bound senior, and all of a sudden they're getting second shots. Full court pressure even after the miss here, Fletcher.
Holly Wilkins checks out of the contest. Checking in, I believe, is 23, Taylor Blackman. So the lineup out there right now for Wesleyan is Stevens, 23 Blackman, 21 Belcher. You've got Firking and, of course, the aforementioned Coswell. Turnover in the backcourt. You get it to Firking. Here she goes.
Nice
off move. Break down the lane. 2 points up and good for Lauren Firking. She leads all scorers now with 7 points, and it is 11-5 Wesleyan on top. They try to beat that press. They do. And now they'll try to set up their half-court offense. They throw it inside. Look at that height right there. Looks like she hasn't even missed a beat. Just off, though, for Alexis Carter, the junior, going up against Coswell. It's about 6'3" against 6'4", Bob.
And at the other end, Coswell puts it up with her right hand. She's a natural left-hander, but she put it up with her offhand and scores.
13-5 your score as they get it across the timeline, but right into a trap. They nearly throw it away. Instead, now they've got numbers. They're going to fire along two, no good. And Wesleyan grabs the board. This is a 9-0 Wesleyan run, Bob. The Wolves are starting to try to pull away early on with under a minute to play. Basket no good, but Coswell grabs the board. 2 points for Kaylin Coswell off the bench. And Andy Landers, who's sitting in the crowd, the Georgia head coach likes that.
Full court pressure again. They break it this time. Let's see if they can score off the break and the pressure.
Here's Carter, and that shot was blocked by 44 Coswell right into Firking's arms. They immediately throw it up. They try to go to 44 Coswell again, but that's a turnover. Action is picked up here late in the first quarter. They cross it over, put up a shot, leaner, no good. Grabbing the rebound is Firking. She now has 17, and she's racking up the rebounds as well. All the way down, traveling is going to be the call turnover.
Great idea, though. She tried to cuff the ball on her way to the basket there. That's something she's probably done against her brother in the yard there, because that was a very athletic play by her, but she did get called to the rightfully called for the travel.
Wholesale changes coming in for Jan Azar. Does not want one of her players to pick up a foul late with only about 12.8 seconds left in the first quarter. We've got checking in Landon Dooley. You've also got 34 checking in Missy Bird for the Wesleyan Wolves. They quickly get
huge
Bird
advantage for Wesleyan. Here's Bird in the game and making that deflection there. She's another one that's got a 4-year scholarship offer to a college. She'll be heading to Air Force to defend our country at the Air Force Academy and play basketball there.
Some difficulty getting it in. They've got under 10 seconds to go. She's got to start moving. They trap her 5 seconds, puts it up off the glass. That one's going to roll around, no good. Wilkins grabs the rebound, and that is the end of the first quarter. After one, Wesleyan holds a 10-point lead as they seek their 4th straight Class A title. Wesleyan 15, Southwest Atlanta Christian 5. Jan Azar has her team rolling. Defense, Jackie Cowan. She's trying to get her team on the scoreboard in a hurry. We'll be back with the second quarter after this on GPB.
Broadcast of this program is made possible in part by the following.
Regions Bank is proud to sponsor the Directors Cup, a year-long competition encompassing all girls and boys sports in every region and classification throughout Georgia. The winning schools are honored for their sustained and overall athletic achievement. Please join us in celebrating this year's Regions Directors Cup winners, because at Regions Bank, we believe in working together to build better communities.
When you invite a plumber into your home, do you know if they are state certified? Why is that even important to you? Here's why. A state certified plumber cannot misrepresent themselves by telling you that they can do a job only to find out later that they were not qualified. Now you're out of time and money. At Plumber 911, all our plumbers are certified by the state of Georgia. They have more than 10,000 hours of on-the-job and classroom training, plus a background check. Information available at 404-373-9114 or online at plumber911.net.
And by the Mabel Reader Foundation.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come.
For the Class 2A state championship! Where are you going?
I'm going back to high school!
Your dreams come true.
legend Ronnie Spector and John Bowser Bauman bring your favorite rock, pop, and doo-wop memories back to the stage in an all-new My Music PBS special.
Tuesday at 8:30 on GTV.
Welcome back to Macon, the Class A championship for the girls. Wesleyan on top of Saca, 15-5, and it's been thanks in large part to number 4, Lauren, or it's number 3, I should say, Katie Furking. She has had quite the effort so far today. You see her right here bombing from way downtown. She got the game's first points on the board. Here she is with the left hand, putting it up and good. And Katie Furking, one of the starters, one of 6 Furkings that go to Wesleyan. You see her right there at the right hand. She has 7 points early on in this contest, does the junior.
Great first step there, and my favorite move was the one she got called for traveling, where she tried to actually cuff the ball and take it to the hoop. I don't think that the score is indicative of the way Saca's played. They got to eliminate the turnovers. They missed their last 5 shots, but this is the type of team that will make a run in this game. Wesleyan's going to have their hand full before this is over.
Yeah, they've missed their last 5, and they've got to get something going. They are being out-rebounded as well, 12-5 by the Wesleyan Wolves, who have just so much height there on the inside. Thought about Stevens thought about it. Instead, she's going to swing there at perimeter. You see the intensity defensively is picked up. Doesn't matter, though. Katie Furking has now cracked triple or double digits as Wesleyan has taken the 18-5 lead, and they've picked up the trap in the backcourt. A lot of pressure. They're going to fire a long 2, no good, short, but grabbing the offensive rebound and putting it up is Amber Brown. She misses, but she will go to the line and shoot 2. Check out this ball movement, Bob, on the replay right here. They're swinging it all the way around the perimeter.
And into the corner, it's going to go to Furking.
Furking is going to put it up from 3-point
She knows what
land.
to do with it when she gets it. Beautiful form on that shot.
There it is. That foul's going to go against 34, Missy Bird. That, I believe, is the first for the senior. Shot is no good. She'll have one more coming, though, will Amber Brown. I believe they're now 0 for 3 from the free throw line so far in this contest. One more coming. One more, and there you go.
That breaks a long dry spell, gets them on the board.
13, at that point, ended a 13-0 run by the Wesleyan Wolves. Double dribble is called, so turnover. Now all of a sudden, Jackie Cowan, the head coach of Southwest Atlantic Christian, can kind of say, hey, we've got our points going. Now let's just pick up the pressure on defense, beat the pressure on offense, and get some points in the basket.
That's the way they did it in the first quarter. We were a long time without a score, and then all of a sudden, after a point was made, we had them in bushels, and that's what's been going on. Wesleyan takes off the pressure for the first time all night. Playing man-to-man.
Dribbling with the right hand and now left hand is Brandy Wilkie. She moves it across over to 21, Amy Griffin. Griffin almost loses it on the inside. Instead, they swing it to the inside. Dribbling around, spinning, putting it up. Shot no good from 23, Naylor. Scramble on the ground. Tie ball is going to be called. It will go over to Wesleyan.
So that's another key possession there. That possession arrow goes with Wesleyan. They get the ball back and keeps that double-figure lead that they have. I just think Sac has got to settle down and get something to happen here. They're forcing some shots. They're not used to being behind all year. This is a new experience for them, and they're struggling with it right now.
They get it to the inside. That's Holly Wilkins. Now they find Furking out on the corner for 3. Shot no good. Rebound is going to be trapped in by Amy Griffin. Quickly up ahead of the floor. Foul is going to go against Wesleyan. So going to the line, I believe, will be Brandy Wilkie, the senior guard. And she will try to put 2 more points on the board.
Both teams play pressure defense. Both coaches told us before the game they want to try to exploit that and try to turn the pressure into offense. But so far, Saca just has not been able to do that.
Okay, they're going to say that was on the floor before the shot was attempted. So Jordan Frazier picking up her 2nd foul. Instead, it'll be now Saca trying to put it up. Oh. Puts it up off the glass, no good, and Wesleyan grabs the rebound. That was just an unfortunate miss right there. I thought she was going to crown those 2.
6'2" girl going around the 6'4" girl, but unsuccessfully with the basket. There's a long 3-pointer.
That's Holly Wilkins, her first points of the afternoon. They come from 3-point land, and it's 21-6 now with 6 minutes to play before intermission. Quickly up the floor is Saca. They will now wait for reinforcements. 3-point bomb attempted, bouncing around in and out, no good. Scramble on the floor, a kick is going to be called. It's going to go against Wesleyan. Let's take a look at Holly Wilkins right here, Bob. She was our player to spotlight. She had 4 of these in the quarterfinals.
Well, good bloodline of the Wilkins family. That's Gerald's daughter and Dominique's niece.
How about that? Good stuff. That's why he's the best in the business, Bob Houghton. Alongside Fletcher Proctor here from the Macon Coliseum, Class A finals for the girls.
First they had that ball going to Saka. Now they've given the ball to Wesleyan, leading by 15 with just under 6 minutes to play in the first half.
They quickly get it up the floor, and now they'll wait for everybody else to come right back down. Brittany Stevens is going to drive to the basket, puts it up in between all those trees, and it goes down.
They say she's 5'4". I think she's closer to 5 foot, but she is one heck of a basketball player. Been starting since her freshman year at Wesleyan. Another turnover.
Remember her last year? She had a great game, and now she's got 6 so far in this championship game. That shot no good, tipped out of bounds, and that will go back to the Wesleyan Wolves. Take a look at Brittany Stevens right here in this replay, Bob. She's only a junior.
And I say they list her at 5'4", but look at her among the trees, I think you called it. And Saka has called a timeout here, and they need it right now. And when we talked to their coach, she seemed very confident. They've won 22 games in a row. They acted like a team who was ready to take on Wesleyan. They weren't afraid of them. Interesting that these two powerhouses making the Final Four in Division and Class 1 don't play each other. Haven't played each other in 5 years.
I think just one common opponent this year was St. Francis, a team that, actually Saka beat in the earlier on playoffs to advance to this championship game. And that was a team, a common opponent. St. Francis, of course, was a team that beat Wesleyan in that region tournament, which relegated them to the second seed, and therefore put them on this side of the bracket.
And St. Francis is the last team to beat Saka. So here's the team that's not in the playoffs in the Final Four, St. Francis, and they are the only team to beat Wesleyan and Saka from Class 1A all year. Wesleyan hasn't lost a game in the state to a 1A team in 4 or 5 years. So St. Francis deservedly is looking at this game saying, boy, woulda, coulda, shoulda. We could have been here today. And they beat both of these teams and lost a heartbreaker in the quarterfinals.
Second quarter field goals, 9 points have been scored combined. Wesleyan is 3 of 5. Saka is 0 for 5. Their 1 point has come from the free throw stripe. In fact, Saka has missed their last 10 field goal attempts. Take a look at that. 2 of 16 for the game for Saka. 10 of 25 on the other hand for Wesleyan. A lot of second chance points.
Especially after they brought Coswell into the game.
Trying to
working very hard underneath there with against Carter. You can see them bumping around each other as they work the ball on the perimeter.
Brittany Stevens now will swing it around on the outside. You're going to try a little bit of a lob to the inside. Firking corrals it, puts it up and good. I tell you, Katie Firking, she has 5 points in this second quarter, 12 for the contest. Trying to go quickly to the basket is 21 Amy Griffin, the sophomore. She's going to dish it off, putting it up off the glass. No good is Amber Brown, and grabbing the rebound is Wesleyan. Here they come now. Holly Wilkins goes right around one player, puts it up off glass. Nice. That's good. Holly
Great
Wilkins.
Use of the body there, Fletcher.
Yeah, she had a height advantage over number 5 Wilkie, and she used it. Shot attempt is going to be no good off the glass. Stepping on the out-of-bounds line is 15 Alexis Carter. Wesleyan will have the ball. Let's take a look. Let's break down Holly Wilkins right here going. Look at that body control.
Head up, driving to the hoop, and just controlling the ball all the way into the hoop. Now she's taking a jump shot.
Holly Wilkins no good. Misses out of bounds. It's going to stay down there. I think they're going to get the foul going against Holly Wilkins, so it'll be Saka ball. 4:22 to go before halftime. 27-6 Wesleyan on top. They'll have some subs coming in. Caldwell will check in, as will 34 Missy Bird. And they are going to get 23 into the game as well. Taylor Blackman checking in for the Wesleyan Wolves.
Still full court pressure by Wesleyan.
Here's take a look at the rebounds tonight. 16 for Wesleyan opposed to just 8 for Southwest Atlanta Christian. They doubled them up. Thought about firing it, instead they swing it around. Here's an attempt by number 5 Wilkie. That's a 3-point attempt. It's up and good. Brandy Wilkie gets on the board.
The understatement of the night, that was needed very badly.
27-10 your score. Now Saka looks to try to see if they can force some turnovers. Trying to get back in this contest before halftime. Shot is no good. Rebound by Caldwell. It's no good. Saka grabs the rebound. That was number 15. Almost turns it over. Instead, coming away with is Amy Griffin, number 21 out of the pack.
Looking for their guard to set up the offense. Wesleyan playing man-to-man right now.
Brandy Wilkie.
Pressing his zone and then flip ball back to a man-to-man. That's tough to do.
Puts it up. That's no good. But going to the line, I believe, will be 15. Alexis Carter. Carter's such an interesting story, Bob. Missed most of the year with an ACL injury that happened over the summer. She makes it back in time for the playoffs. We'll take a timeout with Wesleyan leading 27-9. Saka is going to try to get back on the board, though, with some free throws coming up. We'll be back at the Macon Coliseum in just a minute on GPB.
Basketball high school championships on GPB are made possible in part by the Georgia High School Association, which thanks Georgia Farm Bureau for their support.
We strongly believe in training the leaders of tomorrow. That's why we're proud to be part of the Georgia High School Association program. Farm Bureau is a nonprofit organization serving our state for nearly 75 years. While we focus on farmers in rural Georgia, our benefits are available to all, from insurance to health programs to popular discount programs.
Georgia Farm Bureau, helping you is what we do best.
27-9 your score here in the second quarter, 3.5 to go before halftime. It's year 2 of GPB Sports Football Fridays in Georgia, and it's bigger and better than ever. Kicking off August the 31st with the Battle of the Big Chicken, a double portion of high school sports action live from McEachern High School. In return, by the way, of all your favorite Friday night favorites, from Are You Smarter to Rent Check, we've got the previews of high school sports from around the state with our very own John Nelson and John's Georgia. From Ringgold to Valdosta, Savannah to LaGrange, we've got you covered this fall with Football Fridays in Georgia, and it's only on the great GPB.
Fletcher, how much fun have we had doing those games over the years? We've been almost to Tennessee and all the way down to the Florida border, over to the Alabama border, bringing high school football to the state as only Georgia Public Broadcasting can, and it's been a lot of fun doing those games with you over the last 3 years.
Certainly has been fun. We've got a great one here right now. Wesleyan is 12 of 30 so far from the first half, 40%. Sock on the flip side, just 16%, 3 of 19 from the field, but the clock is stopped right now. They'll have a chance to put some points on the board and try to crack double figures.
Saka's had 11 turnovers in the game. They've controlled it a little bit better here in the second quarter, but they have been struggling where they haven't been able to get shots. Here's a great look at Alexa Carter, the junior, and how many of these great players have we seen have to come back from ACLU? Florida last year, Ford last year, and Carter from Buford, and now this Carter. So they work hard and they get the chance to play in the state tournament. And this young lady, and if you can watch her banging with 44 underneath, they are both physical young ladies. There's Coswell grabbing the rebound for Wesleyan. And just get a chance to look at them underneath when they do set up.
It's kind of an alley-oop play, if you will. She put it up, catching it in the air and coming down with it for 2 big points, stretching this lead out to 29-10. And nearly a turnover. Wesleyan trying to do all they can to pad this lead before halftime.
Good drive to the basket.
That basket is up and good for Saka. That's going to bring him a little bit closer. 29-12 is your score. Now with about 3 minutes to go before intermission, Brittany Stevens nearly loses it. Instead, she has to dribble right into a double team. Flip it around now. That's going to be off. No good by Bird. A foul's going to go underneath, however.
That was Carter and Coswell banging underneath again. I think they caught Carter for the foul.
That's going to go, that call going against Amber Baker, number 22, the senior guard. So it'll be out of bounds to the Wesleyan Wolves.
It just seems like Wesleyan makes a substitution on every dead ball as they use that 10 and 11 deep on their bench.
Fired over to Holly Wilkins. Wilkins going with the right hand, moving it around, nearly a travel. Referees decide not to blow the whistle there. Instead, Brittany Stevens over to Firking. Here's right at the elbow. Holly Wilkins, 2 more points up and good. Holly Wilkins is really exploding in the scorer's book this second quarter.
Just letting the game come to her.
31-12 your score. We are in the second quarter here on the great GPB. Fletcher Proctor, Bob Alton here at Macon Coliseum. Working it inside. Shot attempt by Amy Griffin, no good. And number 3, Katie Firking is at it again defensively. Grabbing rebounds, blocking shots. Scoring 12 points so far in this contest. 3-point attempt, no good by Wilkins. Rebound grab by Amy Griffin. Looking to work it up. That's Daniels, the sophomore. Back over to Wilkie, swinging perimeter. Shot attempt by 23, no good. Now here comes Brittany Stevens, number 5. She'll get it up. That's Taylor Blackman. No good. Ball tipped around. Carter trying to get it. Throws it off of Coswell. It's going to stay with Saka. Nice heads-up play there by 15 Alexis Carter. Managing to throw it off of a Wesleyan Wolf player. Take a look at his hustle, Bob.
Well,
tipping it around.
The dapper of Saka went down at about 2 or 3 minutes ago, but during the last time out, their coach, who I can just tell is a competitor, is trying to just muster up this team, and you say you got to get it down to 10 or something like that before you can even start thinking about it. But right now they still trail by 19, but they're showing a little bit more rhythm on their offense now.
They try to beat it. They had the numbers there for just a second. Putting it up, count the basket for 23, Shavonte Naylor. She'll go to the line for one more. Chance for the three-point play the old-fashioned way. Bob, break this play down for us.
Well, she got the first step there, and then when she got behind the player, she used her body very well, and there's the only thing one, probably get out of the way on that when something like that happens, but a chance for the three-point play here.
That's the second foul on the sophomore Belcher. That is up and good. I know you love those three-point plays the old-fashioned way.
Is that because I'm an old-fashioned guy? There's
quickly up the
press
court.
The easiest way. Just throw it over everybody.
Jordan Frazier gets some points. She has a pair of fouls. And Firking in the backcourt steals, puts it up and good. Katie Firking had 7 in the first. She's got 7 in the second. That's 14 by my math.
That's good Georgia math, right? Actually, Virginia math for you, Fletcher.
That's right. Shot from just beyond the free throw line. That shot's good by Shavonte Naylor. She looks like she may have had some knee surgery recently, wearing a knee brace. Minute to play before halftime. 35-17. Holly Wilkins gets it on the inside with the left hand. No good. Firkin gets the rebound. That's blocked. She'll go to the line as a foul, I think, is going to go against 21, Amy Griffin.
But I'm just trying to figure out some way to give Saka some hope here, because they are a good team. They've won 22 in a row. They're ranked number 1 in the state. They just got hit with a haymaker right off the start here, Fletcher, and it really looked like there was a time there where they didn't know what hit them, but they're playing a lot better in the last 3 or 4 minutes. But just how do you come back against 18 against a team that's won 8 state championships and certainly seems geared for their 9th?
Katie Firking misses with her first free throw attempt. Believe it or not, that's the first free throw attempt of the afternoon for the Wesleyan Wolves.
And they go even deeper into their bench this time.
Kendra Talley checking in the junior guard. It will give Belcher a little bit of a breather. Belcher has a few fouls, too.
I think they play 12 kids right now.
Second free throw attempt is up, but that one is no good. But grabbing the rebound is the aforementioned Talley. She'll miss, and now here comes Saka. Quickly up is Amber Brown. Amber Brown puts it up off the glass. That one's good. Amber Brown has 3 in this quarter. It's 35-19 now. Wesleyan on top right before halftime.
Full half-court pressure again.
She says they'll throw all kinds of pressure out at Wesleyan to try to slow them down. Comes Brittany Stevens to Firking. Makes a move to go around. Loses the ball, and she's going to be called for traveling.
Good defensive play. Got a hand on the ball, and that's what slowed her down, and she just shuffled her feet. And that play was a very forced error.
Take a look at this Saka back from just a minute ago. Amber Brown running the court. Pretends she's going to pass it off. Instead, she takes it up, puts it in with the right hand, and that brings them a little bit closer. Here comes 21 Griffin.
Breaks the pressure.
Moving it around. Here comes Wilkie to try to set things back up. Carter stolen away, and then stolen right back. Here's Wilkie going baseline. Making move to the inside and putting it up. Oh, just shot missed by Daniels. Here comes Wesleyan. 10 seconds to go before halftime. Brittany Stevens with the head of steam. Blocking is going to go against Saka. That was one of those 50-50 plays our buddy Alan Smith would say, nope, you could tell right there immediately what it was.
Looking across the way at the head of officials for the Georgia athletic officials, he doesn't even cringe. But I like to call that by who's in control and who's not there. Very tough call. The referees...
He made the call immediately, though.
Right.
He knew what it was. Feet were not set, a blocking foul, so going to the line, I believe, for a 1-and-1 will be Brittany Stevens, the junior.
And now we get, I think, all the way down to the bottom of the bench for Wesleyan. I don't mean it derogatory. Karamia Segro is going to go play baseball or softball at Indiana. She's a great softball player. She's in the game right now for the last 30 seconds of the first half.
First free throw is up and good. She will earn the bonus free throw. It's 36-19.
She's the catcher on Wesleyan, and she hits the ball a long way. And going to Indiana on a scholarship, but stays out with her friends just to play some basketball even the last 30 seconds of a half.
Second free throw up, and that one is good. Brittany Stevens, 2 seconds left. Need to chuck it quick. Good if it goes. Just missed. All right, your score at halftime, Wesleyan 37. Saka has 19. And Nikki Noto, we're going to try to go to Nikki Noto, who has Jan Azar. Nikki, if you're ready, take it away.
Coach Azar with me right now. Coach, you're leading right now by 18 heading into the half, but you've been telling your players you want to see them play with passion, play like they want to be here. What more do you want to see from your team?
I want to see them play with passion. I want to see them press, get the ball up the court. We got to stop slowing down and waiting for them to set up their defense. I think we're doing a good job at times, but I want to see it all the time. Push that ball up the court, and I want to see more second shots, more rebounds.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Coach. We'll see you in a bit. Mark, back to you.
Nikki, thanks so much. We are at halftime with the first championship of 6 today. The girls single A state championships coming up at halftime. We'll hear from administrators from both high schools. We'll also see what fans are chatting about on the World Wide Web. Plus, we'll see first half highlights and stats coming your way next on the GPB halftime show right now. Wesleyan a leader over Southwest Atlanta Christian 37-19 at the half.
GPB's broadcast of high school championship basketball is made possible in part by supporters of the Georgia High School Association, including the following.
More heart.
More drive. More will.
More guts.
More sweat.
More dedication.
More practice. More control.
More clutch.
More hard work.
More fun.
More family.
More love.
More basketball.
Baseball.
College tennis.
More every day.
More everything. More.
More to come.
More Wilson.
Welcome back to Chance of a Lifetime. It's the final stage of the game, and it's also time for Jane to choose a door. Help her out. What door should she pick? All right, so Jane, which door did you choose?
I think I'm going to go with door number 2.
Door number... Oh, wait a minute. It looks like it says right here that you never graduated high school, so none of these doors are available to you. That's it for Chance of a Lifetime. We'll see you next time.
PBS celebrates the legends of classic country.
Like a rhinestone cowboy, and gonna make my brown eyes blue. Please help me, I'm falling.
All Monday at 7:30 on GPB.
Rock legend Ronnie Spector and John Bowser Bauman bring your favorite rock, pop, and doo-wop memories back to the stage in an all-new My Music PBS special.
Tuesday at 8:30 on GPB.
Welcome to our GPB halftime show. I'm Mark Harmon. Right now we're at the half of the girls single A state championship game between Wesleyan and Southwest Atlanta Christian. Joining us now, the headmistress of Southwest Atlanta Christian High School, Geraldine Thompson. Geraldine, thanks for coming on with us. Tell us a little bit about what the vibe was like at school, knowing that your girls team had made it to the Final Four and then, of course, the championship game.
Everybody's excited about it. They came out this week and supported them from the plan. We will probably have more people come than ever before today. I'm a little bit disappointed that the crowd is not as large as it has been in times past, but we are expecting.
Geraldine, I think we're having a little bit of problem with that microphone. You just sit right there. We're going to get to that. We're going to go to Jackie Britt, and she's going to tell us what folks are chatting about on the World Wide Web. We'll get right back to you, okay? All right, let's check in with Jackie now.
All right, thanks, Mark. We've struck a great conversation online so far, so be sure to keep chatting with us at gpb.org/sports. Let's get to a couple of comments from the chat in regards to our poll that we're also taking results on. First comment, we have one fan watching from Atlanta, says that back in the day, players would get in trouble for even talking to their friends in the crowd, much less using a cell phone during a game, and that coaches like Duke's Mike Krzyzewski would never accept behavior like that on the bench, and he is the standard for coaching. Great comments. Keep them coming at gpb.org/sports. But now let's jump into the results as they stand at the half. The poll question today is, Is suspension for using a cell phone during the or on the bench too harsh of a punishment, or is it appropriate? And right now you can see whopping 90% of you say that it's actually appropriate. Only 10% of you say that it's too harsh. So if you agree or disagree with this, let us know online at gpb.org/sports. And Mark, I think we're going to send it back your way.
Hey, that sounds just great. And we've got Geraldine now, I think, mic'd up and ready to go. Tell us what the vibe was like at high school this week.
Well, everyone's excited about the possibility of being champs again, and we're excited about just coming to Macon once again. We don't want to miss not one year, to tell you the truth. But we have more emphasis placed on academics than on sports. And it's not that we don't like sports. We're real pleased with that because we believe that it's a great outlet for the students. But we want them to play fair. We want them to make sure that they don't put aside their work, because we believe that anything that they do academically is going to help them as they grow older and as they prepare for college.
You know, during the football season, we asked principals and headmistresses about questions from the Georgia graduation test.
Yes.
We're going to ask you a question now that's not on that test, but what's called, do you know your whole grains? And so you get the picture here. Which one is, what's that picture of the whole grain? It's a kind of grain that's a dietary fiber. It's useful and has minerals, and it is processed in such a way to make the design to prolong shelf life. So what do you think that is?
It looks like it may be Chex Mix.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that's oat bran.
Okay, I don't eat cereal.
But that looks good for you, and I don't eat too much stuff that's good for me. So we appreciate you coming in, and good luck in the second half.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more of the GPB Halftime Show right after this timeout.
Broadcast of this program is made possible in part by the following.
The Atlanta Dream, Atlanta's back-to-back Eastern Conference champions and Atlanta Sports Council's Team of the Year, is back at Phillips Arena on May 25th with 2012 Olympic hopefuls Angel McCoughtry and Lindsey Harding and Brazilian Olympian Erica de Souza. It's the Dream's 5th anniversary season this summer at Phillips Arena. Ticket information at atlantadream.net or 877-977-7729. Run with the dream.
As leaders in our communities, Georgia's locally owned and operated electric membership corporations are proud to sponsor the Georgia High School Association and to help our student athletes become the leaders of tomorrow. Georgia's electric membership corporations, lighting the way.
Meet John. John has decided to drop out of school. But what he didn't realize is that now this door will be closed to him. And this one too. Well, you get the idea.
The basketball high school championships on GPB are made possible in part by the Georgia High School Association, which thanks Georgia Farm Bureau for their support.
Through its many programs, the Georgia High School Association is training tomorrow's leaders. At Georgia Farm Bureau, we also promote leadership development programs. Farm Bureau serves its members through a host of services, from insurance to health care to popular discount programs, delivered through your local Farm Bureau office.
Farm Bureau, benefiting your community and state. Helping you is what we do best.
You're watching GPB, television worth sharing.
Welcome back to the GPB Halftime Show. We're at halftime of the girls' single-A basketball game between Wesleyan and Southwest Atlanta Christian. Joining us now is Zach Young, the headmaster at Wesleyan High School. And does this ever get old? Your team has won 4 straight. You're going for 5 straight this year.
It never gets old. It's always fun because it's a different group of girls every year. The fact that you graduate some every year and it's a new group makes it always new and special.
Talk about the job that Jan Azar has done, because you guys have won like 9 in the last 10 or 11 years.
Well, Jan is just one of the best coaches in the country, and children want to play for her. And so a lot of children come to Wesleyan because they want to play basketball for Jan, and that's just the way that it is. They come in early grades in the middle school and stay and want to have what she gives them in the way of coaching for basketball, and they want the Christian education that Wesleyan provides as well.
All right, time to play our question game here, and yours is Know Your Style of Pants. And so this style of pants originated in India. It's a cross between a shirt and skinny jeans, and the modern version was made popular by the rapper MC Hammer. So what do you think those are called?
I think they're harem pants.
You know your pants. All right, that is correct. Harem pants is the answer. Congratulations and good luck here in the second half as you guys go for 5 straight wins.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, we're getting ready now for the second half of the girls single A championship game. Let's send it now over to Fletcher Proctor and Bob Houghton for the call. Guys.
Thank you so much, Mark. Wesleyan has a commanding 37-19 lead here at the half over Southwest Atlanta Christian School, Bob. And it was Katie Firking who seemingly was everywhere, whether it was gathering in offensive rebounds, blocking shots on defense, stealing the ball away. Let's take a look at how they got to here. And you'll see right here, speaking of Katie Firking, bombing from the outside. She lived out there, it seemed. Here's another shot for Katie Firking up there. The junior guard is all over the place. Look at her go right to the basket and put it up off the glass.
Well, that quick first step that she showed a couple different times, and her backcourt teammate there, Brittany Stevens, had chipped in with 8 points. So the two guards scored 22 of the 37 points for Wesleyan. And look, I think this is the one where she wanted the tall timber, as we called it, and lays it in. So they've taken great advantage of that offense. When they break the press, the guards have been responsible for scoring most of the points for Wesleyan. I believe 7 different players have scored for Wesleyan.
Nikki Noto is with West Atlanta Christian's head coach. Let's go to Nikki right now.
Thanks, guys. Coach, right now, you girls, they're trailing by 18. You told them coming out here, go ahead and get the jitters out and quit panicking. Did you see them settle down a little bit during halftime?
I did. I saw them settle down, but like I told them, we've got to go out, take care of the ball, be responsible when we're passing the ball. And right now, they're causing a lot of turnovers, and we've got to minimize the turnovers if we expect to get back into this game.
And how about capitalizing on rebounds?
Absolutely. Rebounding is a big part. We talked about that as well. Boxing out on both ends of the court. Specifically, though, defensively, we've got to box out and take care of the ball.
Good luck, Coach.
Thanks.
Here's a take a look at the first half stats. Wesleyan, they've more than doubled the field goals for Southwest Atlanta Christian. 15 of 36, 6 of 27. And what about those rebounds, Bob?
More than double the rebounds as well. 21 rebounds for Wesleyan. I'm a little surprised by the turnovers, only 9 to 13. It felt like the first few times down that Saka just couldn't get the ball across the half-court line. So there have been a lot of points scored off those turnovers. But the big shocking statistic there is the rebounds, 21 to 12.
Shavonte Naylor, number 23 for Southwest Atlanta Christian, is doing her part. She's got 9 points. She needs some help from her teammates. Meanwhile, Jan Azar and Katie Firking, they're looking for yet another state title. 8 titles for Jan Azar since 2002. They've won 3 straight in Class A, 4 straight overall. Can they win yet another one? We'll see here in the second half.
Certainly looks that way right now. I'll be honest, I really expected a much better game after watching the 2 semifinal games on Wednesday night. Let's see what happens in the first couple minutes of the second half.
Well, it was in the third quarter while Southwest Atlanta Christian really turned it on in their quarterfinal win over St. Francis. They're hoping for yet another run. They outscored St. Francis 18-4 en route to a victory there. We'll see if they can do it again. Wesleyan is going to get the ball after a turnover. Brittany Stevens thought about it, thinks wiser of it, and swings it around to Katie Firking. Firking going baseline. Stevens is going to track that one down and dribble with the left hand.
Saka in the zone defense right now to start the second half.
Brittany Stevens is going to go baseline, putting it up, blocked by 21 Amy Griffin, so that's how they get things started, and a foul in the backcourt. Saka has to be encouraged by that. Some nice defense by 21 Amber Griffin. Take a look at here.
And she was getting some momentum up there and just used her height advantage, and probably about 9 inches there on Stevens. But Stevens is best when she's taking the ball to the hoop or when she gets that standing jump shot.
Dribbling now is Naylor, and Naylor is going to give it over to the inside, off the glass. Oh, just in and out for 21 Amy Griffin, and Wesleyan grabs the board.
Just still a little tight. The ball just not dropping through for them as they press. And that's what happens, I believe, when you win 22 games in a row and all of a sudden you find yourself down double digits. It's very hard to just get yourself going again.
Three-point attempt from the outside, shot no good. On the inside, though, Wesleyan is going to get the rebound eventually. And here comes Firking, a nice crossover. They work it inside to Holly Wilkins. Off the glass, that's 2 points good. Our first points of the second half come from Holly Wilkins.
Still the full court pressure.
They break the timeline right there. Thinking about a crossover, going inside, off the glass, no good. Foul is going to go against Wesleyan. Amber Brown, who is 1 of 2 from the line, will go back to the line and shoot 2 more. She had 3 points in that first half.
I think the ball was on Coswell, who starts the second half. She usually doesn't start the game, comes off the bench, and does very well. There's Jan Azar, 380 career wins.
A teaching moment right there. She's helping out her backcourt a little bit. Bend to the knees, firing. That one is up and good for Amber Brown. She'll have 1 more coming. Jan Azar, what she has done since she came to Wesleyan is incredible to think about. Almost unreal for
I heard them
Class
talking
A.
to the headmaster, Zach Young, about it. Never gets old. 11 years, they've been down here 10 of the last 11. What a record. I think you can say a Hall of Famer to beat.
No doubt about that. She's working on another state championship right now. Her team leads by 18 with 6 minutes to go. In the third quarter, that's 2 points up and good for Wesleyan, stretching that lead out. It's now 20 points. Checking into the contest is Amber Baker for Southwest Atlanta Christian. Turnover, nearly. Southwest Atlanta Christian gets it back. Turnaround is no good, and Caldwell is fouled as 21 Griffin goes over the back. Here's a look at that last Wesleyan basket. Look at Jordan Frazier going baseline. Kisses it off the glass, as they would say.
When you look at this program, Fletcher, they start 2 juniors. They bring in, they have a mixture of juniors, sophomores. They don't play for one class. They have 3 or 4 kids from each class playing. It's the ultimate of a program.
They work it on the inside. That's in and out, no good for Missy Bird. Southwest Atlanta Christian grabs the board. Saka needs to put some points on the board here and try to cut into this lead if they are to come back. Tipped and a laptop nearly is lost right there as it's out of bounds off of Wesleyan. I believe it'll stay with Saka.
Coswell is playing very well tonight on the defensive end. I'm sure, as you said, Coach Andy Landers is here today. In fact, looking across the way at him right now, I'm sure he's going to enjoy having that 6'4" frame playing for the Dogs next year.
A nice move on the inside by Griffin. That shot no good. No whistle is called. Instead, putting it off the glass is good. 2 points for Amber Brown. So Brown quickly has 4 points in this quarter. 5:17 to play before the end of the third.
Now a little pressure by Isaka in the backcourt. Wanted a turnover. Almost the steal. Now here comes Firking with a 4-on-1.
She's got 4-on-1. Gives it up quickly to Coswell, who just lays it in with the left hand.
And that is what you want to do. Once you break the press, you turn the defense into an offensive play for you, and that's excellently diagrammed right there.
Needs to get it across the timeline.
Now they've got the same advantage. Now they've got a 2-on-1. Let's see what they do. Same thing.
2 more points off the glass. That was a nice play by Amy Griffin. Her first points of the afternoon. She has 2 fouls and now 2 points.
Both teams showing what you do once you get the advantage.
Working in there on the inside, gives it up to Wilkins. Up and down. Tie ball is going to be called. Possession arrow is going to keep it with the Wesleyan Wolves. And Coach Azar is saying, I thought that was a foul.
4.5 minutes to play.
Working those efficiencies, Coach Azar.
And how about her when she was being interviewed? She's ahead by 17 points at halftime. And how many things did she list wrong with her team when she was talking to Nikki?
They dump it inside to Holly Wilkins. That's 2 points up and good. So Holly Wilkins, 4 points this quarter, 8 points for the contest, 45 to 25.
Yes, that's the mark of a good coach, Fletcher, when they just aren't satisfied, even when they're playing well.
Lots of contact, bodies hitting the floor, no call. Shot is missed, and now here comes Wesleyan. Holly Wilkins. They want to slow things down to wait for some teammates.
Or maybe because there are 3 jerseys around her. They're now the fast break at the other end.
Katie Firking, her first points of the second half. She has 16 for the game now, 47-25. Here comes quickly is Wilkie. Fast pace. You want to think would favor Wesleyan, no doubt.
Yep. Here they come with another fast break.
Dribbling with the left hand up off the glass, and a flagrant foul is going to go against number 21, Amy Griffin. So going to the line will be Katie Firking.
Well, that was about as soft a flagrant foul as you can have, but clearly she was beaten on the play and kind of grabbed her, and that's what the rule is. So they'll shoot free throws with no one behind her, and then they'll get the ball out of bounds.
A little bit of frustration, I think, on the part of Southwest Atlanta Christian, and so we'll take a quick break. When we come back, Katie Firking will go to the line and shoot two. Wesleyan, it has been all them this second half so far, 47-25. Firking, 2 points there. She's on fire. We'll be back on the great GPB.
Basketball high school championships on GPB are made possible in part by the Georgia High School Association, which thanks Georgia Farm Bureau for their support.
We strongly believe in training the leaders of tomorrow. That's why we're proud to be part of Georgia High School Association program. Farm Bureau is a nonprofit organization serving our state for nearly 75 years. While we focus on farmers in rural Georgia, our benefits are available to all, from insurance to health programs to popular discount programs.
Georgia Farm Bureau, helping you is what we do best.
Wesleyan 47-25, they lead over the Warriors of Saca here in the third quarter at Macon Coliseum. GPB Sports launches another great season of high school football with the Metro PCS Corky Kell Classic on August the 25th, live from the Georgia Dome. The Classic is in its 21st year and will be bigger and better than ever as a game has been added. 10 teams, that's right, 10 will be televised live in HD across the state. Coverage on GPB begins at 9 a.m. and includes 5A state champion Grayson and its star defensive lineman Robert Condici, as well as South Georgia powerhouses Camden County and Colquitt County. So get ready, football junkies. Tune into GPB this August the 25th for more than 14 hours of great high school football action.
And you know, I just recommend it so much to people. Coming down here to see 6 high school basketball games, to see 5 football games in the Georgia Dome, we are really blessed with some great opportunities to watch some of the best players. Condici might be one of the best players in the entire country this year.
That's what they say.
And just to have that, and it's $10, $15, $20 to come there and watch all those games, it's just wonderful to do, and highly recommend it. I know I'll be there next August 25th.
Third quarter field goals so far, Wesleyan 4 of 7, Saca 2 of 7. Coach Jan Azar's team is out-rebounding Southwest Atlanta Christian right now, 24-14. And stepping the line for a pair after the intentional foul is Katie Firking. First free throw is missed. She'll have one more coming, and then I believe Wesleyan will get the ball back because of the intentional foul.
Nothing lonelier than being the only person out there takes a 90% shooter and makes him about a 60% shooter. Not quite sure why, because that's how they shoot him in the gym during practice, but it just seems like those free throws when there's nobody around is a tough thing. That's why late in the game when a coach takes his players off, I don't understand that either. The players just seem more comfortable when there's somebody underneath the basket.
It confounds Bob Houghton, but that's why we're here, to figure it out. Hitting the deck hard was Katie Firking right there. Coach Janazar is just kind of smiling as she asks the officials what the heck just happened.
Laughing about it actually over there.
Brittany Stevens is getting the call from Coach Azar, and now they will kind of work it out in between the circles.
They were playing a little zone, so I think they want to bring them out of the zone back to man-to-man, and some people are playing man and some are playing zone. It looks like they're all man-to-man right now.
Nice pick is set. Brittany Stevens thought about firing right there. Instead, she dribbles into what looks like a triple team. Firking will swing it all the way across the court. A three-point attempt launched in and out by Blackman. And coming down with the rebound is Southwest Atlanta Christian. They'll quickly get it up the floor. 23 on 23. Putting it off the glass. 23, Naylor connects her first points of the second half. She's into double figures. 47-27, about 2:45 to play before the fourth quarter.
Turnover by Wesleyan there. Every time you just think that they could make a little bit of run, you look back at the scoreboard and just realize how deep a hole they're in. It's still 20 points, even though they're playing better in the second half, but they just can't cut into the lead, and Wesleyan is showing why they'll be moving up to 2A next year and probably doing very well there as well.
Belcher and I believe Frazier check in some reinforcements for Jan Azar's squad. Tipped away and coming down with it. Southwest Atlanta Christian trying to go baseline, putting it up. Two more points for Naylor. So she's starting to find her range.
They just didn't have a rhythm or a confidence like that in the entire first half. Now they're starting to play with a little bit more confidence, but it's going to take a miracle to get them back in this down 18.
Trying to up the pressure a little bit. So they go out man all the way. Missed shot, and Carter grabs the rebound.
That is
so
Stevens'
here we go.
best move right there when she's doing that, but they stopped it. Now they come back the other way.
They have numbers now. They're thinking about it. Will fire his 22 shot, no good from Baker, and now here comes Wesleyan.
Do the steal here.
Ball stolen away. This is going to be Carter. She'll pop and drop. Check that, Marquita Daniels. Just a 2:47-31. Wesleyan still leading, but the crowd here is starting to come alive for Saka. The Saka supporters.
Man-to-man defense this time.
Foul is going to go on the floor. No, they're going to say 2 shots will be for Jordan Frazier. This crowd got loud there for a little while, Bob. We're right in front of the Warrior Nation, I think, that made the trip down to Macon.
They came a long way, and they had to say not much to cheer about in the first 16 minutes would be the understatement of understatement. They just couldn't get the ball even to the basket several times with all those early turnovers. But this is a good team. I've said it several times.
You have said it several times.
I'm stunned that this has turned out this way. I know how good Wesleyan is. But when you saw this games the other night, Southwest Christian, they've been number 1 most of the year, number worse than number 2. They have dominated most of the teams they've played. This is just not expected at all. And
second free throw up and good by Jordan Frazier.
I guess it just shows you how good Wesleyan really is, doesn't it, Fletcher?
But Janizar has called this perhaps their best team ever here at the school. That is a shot that was deflected, so no traveling there. And instead coming away with it is 15 Alexis Carter. She'll look to put one up. Can't find the range.
Carter's the girl we featured in the early game. She has not really been the factor she was in the semifinal game.
Thought about firing. Instead, she's going to tip it. Carter, a nice defensive play there, and Stevens will set things back up. Firking thought about taking a 3. Instead, she'll pull up from about 14. No good. Tipped around, and Daniels brings it down and is running the other way. Losing it out of bounds. It's going to stay at that end of the floor, and one player a little slow to get up. That is Marquita Daniels, the sophomore for Saka.
Game's getting a little physical right now. We'll see it right here. We'll see how physical it is on this replay. Watch her coming up the court and the contact right here.
A lot of contact on both sides. Instead, they're just going to say it's out of bounds.
Boom.
No foul.
1st and 10.
And she is right there on the sidelines in a little bit of pain.
I think, too.
Action back out on the floor now. Amber Brown, 25, has it. Near the mid-court line, where she gives it off to Brandy Wilkie, the senior guard. Number 5 guarding number 5. They'll dump it into Carter. Carter makes a move trying to go around Caldwell. Puts it up with 2 hands, no good, and Wilkins grabs the rebound. Frazier now. They pick up defense. That's tight defense right there. Here comes Stevens.
Wesleyan breaks it and this time pulls it out instead of looking for the hoop.
Under 30 now to play here in the third quarter. Wesleyan with the 49-31 lead over the Warriors of Southwest Atlanta Christian. Double team has been picked up.
Looks like they're holding for one, but it's also been very good defense there. But I think they're holding for the last shot.
I think they are. I'll agree with you there, Big Bob Houghton. Caldwell gives over to Wilkins. Ball nearly taken away. Wilkins with under 5. Spins.
Nice move.
From 14 feet. It's going to beat the buzzer. Holly Wilkins.
Wow.
She had 6 this quarter. Wesleyan takes the 51-31 lead into the 4th and final quarter. Can they hold on for their 9th title since 2002? Their 4th straight Class A title. Can they win 5 in a row? Take a look. Holly Wilkins dominating. We'll be back at the Macon Coliseum with Class A action on the great GPB.
Broadcast of this program is made possible in part by the following.
The Mabel Reader Foundation. The German Consulate in Atlanta, encouraging you to study German and to learn more about our diverse culture with much to discover in 2012. More information about Germany as an environmental leader and other current topics on the web at germany.info/Atlanta.
As a strong, stable bank, we're always looking for opportunities to boost the vitality of our communities by supporting local events and finding financial solutions for our customers in all economic times. Regions is proud to be a partner with Georgia Public Broadcasting in building a better Georgia.
Competing, learning, achieving. Sportsmanship builds character on the field and off. As leaders in our communities, Georgia's locally owned and operated electric membership corporations are proud to sponsor the Georgia High School Association and to help our student athletes become the leaders of tomorrow. Georgia's electric membership corporations, lighting the way.
Should I spend lots of money on expensive repair bills to fix that old car, or just donate it to PBS? I've got a money pit or an easy solution.
We are Team Continuum. Team 6. Team Thrombosis. Team Heartthrob. Win the Adventure Prize because we believe everybody needs it. Our product saves lives.
That is what they are playing for here at the Macon Coliseum. This is the Class A girls final. Wesleyan entering the fourth quarter with a 20-point lead over Southwest Atlanta Christian. Jan Azar, she has won 8 titles since 2002, Bob. That is amazing. You cannot say more about that. I mean, that's incredible.
And they're 8 minutes away from adding the 9th, and 381 wins if she gets that, and a team that'll be loaded to go again next year. It's a school that's done very well. We're very proud to be part of the Directors' Cup. Wesleyan has a dominance in that. It's going to be very interesting next year when they go into the same region with Westminster, Lovett, and Greater Atlanta Christian. That is going to be one heck of a 2A region next year in both boys and girls sports. Let's see what happens in the last 8 minutes, Fletcher.
Holly Wilkins tips it away, so no over and back call. Dribbling it now is Brandy Wilkie. She was scoreless in that third quarter. Working it around, and one player that got hot in that quarter was Shavonte Naylor, 23. We'll see if she can stay hot. Ball blocked and taken away by Caldwell. Here's Frazier quickly up the court by number 12. She misses. Call's going to go against Daniels. Going to the line will be number 12, Jordan Frazier, the senior. Take a look at this.
It starts with a block. 6'4" Caldwell blocking 6'1" Carter, and away they go with the ball. I don't think we had a guy 6'4" on my high school basketball team, and we were good. But now they got 6'4" versus 6'1" at the girls level. It just shows you what great athletes we have in the state of Georgia, and some of the best high school girls basketball anywhere right here.
1 of 2 is Frazier from the line, and corralling the rebound was Naylor. They work it up the floor quickly, going baseline. Back over to Griffin, I believe, and
another block.
Blocked out of bounds.
Caldwell playing very tight. And how about 2 McDonald's All-Americans going against each other? Here's the block you're going to see right here.
Here's the block coming right over, and that was Kaylin Caldwell. Tipped around, getting the rebound and putting it up and good. That's 23, Shavonte Naylor. So she's trying to pick it up. She's doing
Caldwell running the floor at the other end, but they called traveling on her. Great pass, but she just shuffled her feet before she put it up.
Wesleyan has been out rebounding Saca so far, 28-17. Now is coming into the fourth quarter. They've picked up a few more rebounds, it seems, and they're shooting about 44% from the field.
And scoring off the turnovers. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage up, by getting second half shots and rebounds, and also turnovers at a very easy basket. Remember, they didn't start very strong there, Fletcher, but they've been shooting probably a lot better than 50% since the first 5 minutes of the game.
Tie ball was called. It's going to go over to Wesleyan on the alternate possession. Birking will work it in to Stevens, a junior to the junior. You talk about what she has coming back next year. Those are 2 pretty good building blocks for Jan Azar.
It's so scary, Fletcher. I was thinking the exact same thing as they threw the ball to each other. You're 100% right.
Kaylin Caldwell draws the foul. She's had a fairly quiet night in terms of points, just 6 points, but 3 blocks. You see Kaylin Caldwell, she can make her presence felt. 4 blocks now. Kaylin Caldwell has 4 blocks for the contest. As Daniels goes to the bench, she's in foul trouble as well for Southwest Atlanta Christian. She makes her presence felt in other ways, not just in points.
Very good on the defensive end. Boy, that they play defense there.
Birking, 2 points up and good. She had a quiet third quarter with just 2 points, but now she has 18 for the game.
And as they say, she's another one who will be back.
7-0 Wesleyan run, looking to build on that. Jordan Frazier takes it away. She's got the numbers, but she'll kind of pull it out a little bit, slow down the pace. Now Brittany Stevens will think about doing what she does with 6:20 to play in this fourth quarter. Working the perimeter a little bit between Stevens and Firking. I don't think we've seen Firking's younger sister yet, have we? Lauren?
She's the only girl on the team that hasn't played so far.
Working it around, they get it inside to Holly Wilkins with the left hand. That's up and good. So Holly Wilkins, her first points of this fourth quarter. Under 6 to play. Wesleyan with a 56-33 lead. Turnover, Wolf ball. Take a look at this last basket, Bob. Talk about
Stevens starts it with her initiative and right there and gets it down low to Wilkins. But again, Stevens made that play by driving the range and then moving well without the ball was Wilkins, or Frazier rather.
That was the 15th turnover, by the way, for Sock, and at least 2 more points for Katie Firking.
Firking's worked with the left hand, the right hand. She's gone out and played the 3-point shot. She can really do it all. I've seen her play several times, Fletcher. This is by far the best game I've seen her have. And now the coach, Jackie Cowan, I think just calls a frustration timeout right now and just wants to talk to her team as Wesleyan has expanded this lead to 25 points. It all starts with defense, and all the tremendous offensive players that they have. If they don't play defense, they sit on the bench.
Jan Azar working her team now. You'd never tell she's up 25 points with 5 minutes and 33 seconds to go in this Class A final from Macon. But she's telling them right now this is a teaching moment again. This is what we need to do. Let's pretend like the scoreboard doesn't exist. Let's continue to play hard. And she was talking to one of those players we just saw in the huddle was Katie Firking. Let's take a look at what she's done this contest.
Just a little bit of everything.
Working
going underneath there for the basket. Now driving with her left hand. And I bet we'll have a 3-point shot in here before it's all over because she has just got great form on that as well. A tremendous player. And, you know, several sophomores that will make their way in there. They're listening. They're watching. They're learning the Wesleyan way. As Jan Azar, 25 points ahead. Some coaches might be bringing in some of those sophomores, and I'm sure we will before the night's over. But this is a program that just has that consistency that goes without saying when you win 9 state championships in 11 years.
Katie Firking right there has 20 points now for the contest, 2 blocks.
0 for 4 from the free throw line.
Yeah, I guess there's a fluff somewhere, right?
She's going to run laps for that, Fletcher.
Yeah, but 20 points. She has certainly been a player to watch out for today and will be one to watch out for all next season long, her senior year. Saka trying to get back in this thing, put some points on the board in a hurry, working it around on the perimeter, moving to the inside 25. Going up was Amber Brown, but she's going to be called for the turnover. That's the 16th turnover of the afternoon. Thank you to Kevin Barnes, who's been providing us with stats all game long, one of the best in the business.
We appreciate Kevin. He worked with us in the football games last year, and we love the job he does for us. Thank you a lot, Kevin.
Holly Wilkins puts it up, gets 2 points. She'll go to the line for 2 more. And then with 5:09 to play, Wesleyan is trying to add to its lead, Bob.
And there's the ball set up by the pass down low, and then she just uses her body and gets it up. She was hit 2 or 3 different times, and that still had the strength and the power to put it in. But once again, a good pass from the guards.
It is an 11-2 run right now. Make that a 12-2 run as Holly Wilkins cans the free throw. So far in this quarter, Wesleyan is 3 of 4. Saka just 1 of 4 from the field.
And that's kind of been the story of the whole game. It started that way early and just got out of control early. And Wesleyan has dominated in all aspects of the game.
Firking was sandwiched right there, and grabbing the rebound was 21, but she misses, and now here comes the Wolves. Did she step on the end line? She did.
Another great effort by Coswell to get the rebound. And then after she gets the rebound, she knows what to do with it. There was a little bit mishandling of the ball there, but they run with the ball after a foul or after a rebound.
You see Jordan Frazier right there, one of the seniors on this Wesleyan squad. She will leave here with 4 state titles in the next minute and 44 seconds.
And headed to Wofford, Holly Wilkins is going to Furman, Coswell to UGA, and Missy Bird to the Air Force Academy.
Wesleyan is going to pick up the foul right there. That is only their, I believe, 3rd team foul of this period.
And by the way, they have
Firking picks up the foul. That's just her first.
They have a 2-time All Miss Georgia Player of the Year playing for the Bulldogs, and Anne-Marie Armstrong. So the tradition is long and deep at Wesleyan.
Holding the ball now is Jackson. Jackson, the senior point guard, is going to fire from 3-point range. In and out, no good. Rebound tipped around, and Firking is going to come away with it. They get it over to Stevens. Now Stevens looking to run with 4:20 to play in the fourth. Blocked, but foul is going to go against Amy Griffith. That's her fourth foul for Amy Griffith.
Again, the Stevens running this offense, although Firking can do it in a slightly different way, but penetrating and dishing and finding her teammates open, and this time the teammate gets to go for the free throw line.
Holly Wilkins has made now 2 straight free throws, trying to make up for Katie Firkins. She's bringing the average down, huh? The free throw strike. We kid, of course. Second free throw, that one is up and good. Ms. Firking has not done a lot wrong today. 20 points, a handful of blocks. We don't know how many rebounds she has. She may be approaching a double-double as well.
And a couple turnovers as well.
Well, now, why do you have to be Mr. Negative, huh? I'm trying to say what she's done, Coswell.
No, I meant create turnovers. I'm sorry.
Okay, gotcha.
Forced turnovers, excuse me.
Coswell is going to draw or pick up the foul as she... A little bit of contact while trying to block that one, using that 6'4" frame going up against Jackson, who's just a shade under 5'8". That's 3 fouls now for Kaylin Coswell. You see right there on the replay, just a little bit of contact with the face. That's the free throw is missed by Jackson. That was her first free throw attempt of the evening. She'll have one more coming. Wesleyan, Bob, you'll like this. As Coswell, that may be it for her as the crowd is giving her a nice ovation. Wesleyan on a 16-2 run since 1:39 to play in that third quarter.
And they had a 13-0 run in the midway in the second quarter, too. And both runs were pretty much generated by their defense, creating havoc and making the plays.
Timeout is going to be called by Jan Azar. She'll take a 30-second timeout. With 4 minutes and 3 seconds left to play in this contest, they lead 63-34. What is she telling her team right now, Bob?
You know, I was just wondering the same thing. I thought it might be the time to start clearing the bench. There was some smiles there as they're talking to each other there. It's a loose team right now, and you know, there was a great story in the Gwinnett Post about Jan Azar when she started this. She actually had they didn't have a team. They didn't have a coach. She said, hey, I can do this, and they set it up for her to do that. And there it is now, just seconds away from her 9th state championship.
Georgia Tech Whiz Kids have teamed up to compete for cash and a U.S. patent with the 2012 Adventure Prize at Georgia Tech. Tune in to GPB this Tuesday, March the 13th at 7 p.m. to see the 6 finalists demonstrate and defend their innovations in front of a panel of expert judges and to see who will be this year's champion. Wowzers! This is something you can't miss, and it's only on GPB.
Still a lot of the starters in the game, including the star of the game, Firking.
That's 2 points up and good for Holly Wilkins. She has exploded. It's now 5 of 6 from the field goal area so far in this
working the baseline very well and being the recipient of some nice passes from both her guards. Another rebound for Wesleyan. Here they come again.
About 3:35 to play here in the fourth quarter. Wesleyan cruising now, 65-34. They work it on the outside. Checking into the contest, we should say, is Nikki McDonald, a freshman. Some new faces in there. 21, Belcher is checked back in as well. They're going to call that. That's going to go against, I believe, is it 32? That's going to go against Jackson. So going to the line will be that freshman, Nikki McDonald. This has got to be some good experience for her as she looks to continue her career here at Wesleyan. Two shots.
6-foot freshman coming into game and getting some playing time.
Shot is no good. She'll have one more coming, though. Checking into the game is the other Firking. This is Lauren Firking, the freshman. And she will check in for her sister.
They're not letting her come in the game right now. A little confusion there. Now they're going to let them do that, and the two sisters hug.
Okay, I guess that was a 1-and-1, and it was funny. The only one that realized it was a 1-and-1 was Nikki McDonald. She kind of went after it, and the official stopped her. As you see right there, the emotion on the sideline. She'll have one more possibly next year, Katie Firking. She's getting hugs from
There's her sister getting a turnover as soon as she comes in the game.
Foul's going to go in the backcourt against 22, Amber Baker. And Baker is walking to the sidelines. That's just the second foul for 22, Amber Baker.
Trying to play the lonesome end down there that maybe she can look at. She's trying to just then Ferking, as a freshman, comes down to pick her up and kind of smiles at her and says, I see you down there.
Senior steps to the line, Jordan Frazier. She is 3 of 4 from the line today. Free throw is in and out, no good. 3 of 5, and here comes with 3 minutes to go, Southwest Atlanta Christian. 65-34 the score, Wesleyan. Leading, tipping around, and Jackson gets the rebound. Still competing hard is Saka. Shot no good, but she'll go to the line and shoot a pair. Will Brandy Wilkie. Frazier has now, that's going to go against the senior Frazier. She has 3 fouls now. And looks like another sub is moving to the scorer's table for Wesleyan.
Alexis Carter will be back. She's a junior. Margaret Daniels is a sophomore. Amber Brown is a junior. They've got some young players coming back that have played a lot of minutes for them in their, let's not forget, 22-game winning streak is going to come to an end here.
Checking into the contest is 34, Missy Bird. And Caldwell checks back in, getting some action with Nikki McDonald. She heads back to the bench. Second free throw up, that one is no good, but Carter grabs the rebound. She's going to put it up from about 18 feet, no good. Caldwell tips it to herself, grabs the rebound and gives it over to Frazier.
A little surprised that, like you thought, they were done for the day.
In hard to the scorer's table. Going down, Jordan Frazier. She gets up, everything's okay. Take a look at this hit right here. A little body check.
That looked like a hockey play right there. Ooh.
And her head look right here. Take a look how she hits. She gets up. She's okay.
It's actually a good thing that that board gave away a little bit right there. And
she's
they're
going to go to the line.
Flagrant foul.
And shoot all by herself. Frazier, after the intentional foul, makes the first. She will have another coming. She cans that one, and they'll have the ball back. With 2:36 to play, Wesleyan on top, 67.
The wholesale changes come for Wesleyan. As all the starters
getting a hug, is a lot of emotion out there. You see, checking in, we'll give you quickly Landon Dooley. 22 coming in, Kendra Talley. Number 10 checks in Hannah Hoskin, her first action of the game. We mentioned Dooley a second ago. Trying to see Brittany Stevens in there, as well as number 20, Nikki McDonald back. So the only starter still out there is the point guard, Brittany Stevens, a junior.
Probably just to bring a little order to everything.
Hoskins is going to put up with the left hand, no good. They try to grab the rebound, but getting the steal, turnover, as Dooley catches it, and her momentum takes her into the backcourt.
Could have been over and back, could have been walking as well.
You see right there one of the youngsters, only a sophomore, Dooley, in there on the sidelines. Some of the starters and the regulars getting one final hug. Tipped around. Saka grabs the rebound. Up, that's no good. Carter, no good.
Playing a little volleyball. They're finally going to get it in.
Daniels gets her first points of the fourth quarter. 67-37. 2 minutes to play here before a champion is crowned. Looks like 55. Cara Mia. Sirigos will check in as well. That shot no good. Rebound by Saka. Give it over to Jackson. Jackson's going to bomb from downtown. That shot is no good, out of bounds, and that's going to be a chance to get another sub in there for Wesleyan. Cara Mia. Sirigos checks in, as does number 2, Tori Drozier. That's a tough end for the season for Southwest Atlanta Christian. But they deserve a lot of credit here for making it all the way to the championship game.
Came in as the #1 team in the state and came in with a 22-game winning streak that was just not to be continued as Wesleyan shows their dominance. The 4th time, Fletcher, that they've come back from a not #1 seed to win a state championship. Jan Azar said that losing that first game made coaching a little easier the next day.
Marquita Daniels will go to the line and shoot a pair. She missed. You see Jan Azar just a moment ago on your screen, still coaching. She's up by 30 points with less than 90 seconds to play, still coaching. First free throw up and no good.
These young ladies that you're seeing out here right now, assuming that this tradition continues, are learning for the future. They will be the cogs some next year, some 2 or 3 years from now, as they play sophomores and freshmen to finish off the last 3 minutes of this game.
Second free throw up and good. And look at just on the bench, Brittany Stevens. This is going to be your 3rd title. Yet she's overcome with a little bit of emotion right there. It's great to see in high school sports. Moving it around and taken away. That's Carter. Here she comes. A great story as a junior. Puts it up. Shot no good.
She's had a tough day. But they will have her back next year. Her dad is a former player as well and has coached her well. And there's a
offensive foul. It's going to go against Wesleyan.
Yes.
And it'll be Southwest Atlanta Christian's ball. Foul's going to go against Kendra Talley, the junior's first foul. Under a minute to play now here before Wesleyan is going to take their 4th straight Class A title, their 5th in a row. Remember, they had the 08 2A title before they moved back up to 2A next year. Here's a 3-point attempt from the outside. Check that, just 2 points for Brandy Wilkie. 67-40 your score. Under 40 to play now. Both teams still working hard.
Kind of playing without a point guard right now, but the young lady knew what to do with the ball and got it up the court. That was
take it to the basket.
She'll get to shoot some free throws here.
Talley just took it straight to the basket. And you have 15 Dooley coming over to talk to Coach Azar, get some tips here, what she needs to do. As stepping to the line is 22 Kendra Talley with her first chance at some points.
She played a little bit earlier in the game. She's a 5'9" junior.
Free throw, she dips up, and that's good. She'll have one more free throw coming as you see Jackson leaving the game. Coming back in was 25 Amber Brown. And over on the sidelines getting a hug, I believe that's Brandy Wilkie, a senior, whose high school career will come to an end in the state championship game, getting a hug from Coach Jackie Cowan.
And the important thing is, in a state championship game, not real fun right now as they look at the scoreboard. But yeah, in another couple of weeks they'll say, yeah, we played in the state championship. Yeah, we've been to the Final Four down here 6 of the last 7 years. And they have a program at Southwest Christian Academy that they can be very proud of as well. And how about the principal or the headmistress at halftime? You can just tell she's an educator. It's a great school down on the south side of Atlanta, and they've got a great program that stresses a lot more than just athletics.
Saka, that shot is blocked from 3-point range. 7 seconds left, 6 seconds. Wesleyan still competing hard, as is Saka. That's 2 points up and good. I believe that was Marquita Daniels, and that's going to be it. Your final score, Wesleyan, Class A champions, as you see them all gearing up at midcourt. 68-40. I think that's the smallest player jumped into the arms of the biggest player right there, and you see a couple of sisters sharing a hug right there. What a special thing this is for the Wesleyan Wolves. 5 in a row. They're the Class A state champions for 2012, the Wesleyan Wolves. As you see, a good look right there. A couple of seniors hugging. Mark Harmon's going to hopefully have the trophy presentation here in a couple minutes, and we'll see if we can get an interview as well with Coach Azar. Bob, I got one question for you. Jan Azar, the best high school coach of all time in Georgia high school girls?
Statistically, it has to go that way. She's won 381 games. She's won 9 state championships. She's been down here now 10 of the last 11 years. And as I said, I can't wait to see them next year play at GHC and what a power they are. Lovett was down here in the Final Four. Westminster, a strong program. That's just in their region. And all those schools usually dominate in the Directors' Cup. They're all going to be playing each other in every sport. It's where Wesleyan belongs. And that's where they deserve to play.
All right, we'll step away and be back with the trophy presentation. Wesleyan, congratulations. You are the 2012 Class A Girls Champ. We'll have more coming up next on The Great GPB.
GPB's broadcast of high school championship basketball is made possible in part by supporters of the Georgia High School Association, including the following.
More heart.
More drive. More will.
More guts.
More sweat.
More dedication.
More practice. More control.
More clutch.
More hard work.
More fun.
More family.
More love.
More basketball.
Baseball.
College tennis.
More every day.
More everything. More.
More to come.
More Wilson.
The basketball high school championships on GPB are made possible in part by the Georgia High School Association, which thanks Georgia Farm Bureau for their support.
Through its many programs, the Georgia High School Association is training tomorrow's leaders. At Georgia Farm Bureau, we also promote leadership development programs. Farm Bureau serves its members through a host of services, from insurance to health care to popular discount programs delivered through your local Farm Bureau office.
Farm Bureau, benefiting your community and state. Helping you is what we do best.
The GHSA Basketball Championships are made possible in part by Regions Bank. It's time to expect more. Georgia's Electric Membership Corporation, lighting the way. And by viewers like you. Thank you. The GHSA would like to thank Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, Verizon Wireless, and Wilson.